Beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? This popular theme song brings about nostalgic memories for many people, including myself, and I bet it will be stuck in your head when you leave here. But that's the mark of a true Mr. Rogers fan. I would like to inform you about the impactful and interesting life of Fred Rogers, as well as the children's series that he created, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and the awards that he achieved in his lifetime. He was born on March 30th, 1928 in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, to an upper-middle-class family. His father was the president of a brick-making company and then later became the owner of a die-casting factory. His mother, Nancy, was a homemaker and a concert pianist. She loved to knit sweaters. That's where Mr. Rogers got his famous attire, his cardigans. That red cardigan that is present in the show and also on most advertisements is on display at the Smithsonian Institute, and it's one that Nancy knitted for her son. In the article by Claudia Rowe, she describes Rogers as an overprotected, chubby, and terribly allergic child who spent a great deal of time by himself. This is where Rogers learned how to entertain himself by creating puppets and composing songs with his piano and organ. He did get to spend some time with his grandparents in Florida, and on one of these visits, his grandfather sat him down and told him, "You know, you made this day a really special day, just by being yourself. There's only one person in the world like you, and I happen to like you the way that you are." He then went to Rollins and Dartmouth College, where he majored in music. He did want to become an ordained minister, but he felt called to change the way that children's television was after visiting his parents on one of his breaks. He was watching a program, and it only consisted of slapstick humor and had nothing to do with education or learning. He was appalled. It was then, as written in Fred Rogers' biography today, that he realized that TV had the potential to be an extraordinary tool for an education and enrichment. He then began working at NBC doing grunt work like getting coffee or running errands. He played in some small parts and was eventually given his own show called The Children's Corner, where he played with puppets and also did songs on his organ. He left NBC to go with the public TV affiliate and create Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He then married his college sweetheart and had 2 sons. Through all of this, he was able to become an ordained Presbyterian minister and obtain his master's degree in child development. He took his teachings and his learnings from all of his schooling and put it into the enhancement of his show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. The show first aired in Pittsburgh on 1964. It then aired in Boston, D.C., and Philadelphia. Due to lack of funding, it was canceled, but Sears and Roebuck made a large donation and production resumed. By 1968, the show experienced great success and was broadcasted on over 200 stations. The beginning of each episode begins with Mr. Rogers' theme song, "It's a Wonderful Day." He then changes his clothes from his dress jacket to his cardigan and changes his dress shoes to his sneakers. The article from Biography Today also states this is important because it relates to children who are coming home from school and changing into their play clothes. Each episode is based on a topic of a life-oriented issue such as divorce, anger, going to the doctor, or getting a haircut, and even making a new friend. Halfway through the show, a magical trolley would appear and take Mr. Rogers to the land of make-believe. There, the viewers would be entertained by puppets with a cast of Daniels the Striped Tiger, King Friday, Queen Sarah Saturday, Prince Tuesday, and Lady Elaine. It ended with Mr. Rogers back in his living room, saying to the viewers, "I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you," followed by his grandfather's impactful words about being your best self. Also, the article by Biography Today points out that each element of the show is purposeful and specific. Rogers would speak directly to the camera, calmly, softly, in order to not be intimidating or condescending to his viewers. The activities done in the show would be the same amount of time that it would take a child to do in real life. The living room setting is also important because it made it more intimate and relatable because the viewer would be in their own living room while watching the show. The theme song, the words are inviting and welcoming, as well as the closing statements are worded to improve self-esteem. He would meet with a specialist once a week to work on child development theories, his techniques, and the messages in each individual episode. All of his work is shown to be awarded through his lifetime achievements. After 5 years of the show being broadcasted, he was given the Peabody Award for Excellence in Children's Programming. He was then awarded several Emmys for Children's Series Writing, Individual Achievement, and Outstanding Performer. The Library of Congress gave him the Living Legend Award in the year 2000. The Christopher Award was given to him in 2001, which is a Christian award only given to people who have influence over a mass audience and uses it for positive influence. The Presidential Medal of Freedom was given to him in 2002 from President George W. Bush. All of these awards are listed on the EBSCOhost database. His legacy and popularity from his lifelong work and his television show makes it easy to call him a pioneer and an American icon. He changed the face and the structure of children's television. This can be seen in the new show, Dora the Explorer. Dora will pause, she will ask her viewer a question, give them a time to answer. And this makes it nice because I can see Mr. Rogers still in my own life when I watch my children watch her show and answer back just like I did when I was a kid. Rogers passed away on February 27, 2003 of stomach cancer. His legend and memory will live on in each of his faithful viewers. And I bet you'll think of his face asking you, will you be my neighbor? When you've got that it's a beautiful day, or it's a wonderful day stuck in your head because of this speech. So I would like to conclude and say, yes, Mr. Rogers, I will be your neighbor.